Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. It is just after 4 o'clock, Wednesday afternoon. First chance I've had to sit down and do any knitting at all. I've been very busy today. I started off first with, it's been a new month, September, and I keep do my books because with being self-employed I have to keep a record of everything I earn and all my expenses and everything, and I have a very large ledger, and I put it down month by month, everything what I earn and that. And you know, I haven't been doing it lately. Thought I better check my book, and I did, because I didn't know how far back I hadn't done it. But I think I had just started on July, about the first week. So I had most of July to sort, and then all of August. So I had to sort out all my receipts for everything I take to the post office, and find out receipts for every other thing, you know, that I buy for my expenses and then everything, you know, what I make, what I sell, and on Etsy, eBay, and Crochet. I have to sort all of those things out and all that, and just to keep my record straight for what I do. And I filled all them in, and then I was going to do my 2024-25 tax return things as well, but I thought, oh, I've had enough of reckoning things up. I do use the thing on my phone for, you know, reckoning everything up. I don't do it in my head anymore. I just use the thing on my phone, the calculator on my phone, and that to work everything out like that. But I had to hunt out all the slips for all the stuff I took to the post office, and all the slips for anything I bought and everything, and it took me a long time to sort all that out. And then I had to go on all of my accounts, for all the bank transfers and the PayPal and everything like that. I had to sort all them out and write all them down, what was coming from there as well. And I thought, I'm going to wait maybe a few more days, and I'll do my tax returns, because I do owe tax and I want to get it paid and out of the way, out of my hands, so I know what I have to deal with. I don't want to be owing something and then, you know, go and spend what's in my account on other things and then think, oh, it's got to come out of another account. So that's why I thought I'd better get on with that. I wasn't going to leave it any longer. And, you know, I've been to the post office today, and I had a parcel to post, another one. And I've just went and put the slips away. I haven't bothered putting them in the book. So that's what I'm going to do after I finish this video. And then after that, I had loads of patterns to print, because I've sold quite a lot of patterns just all of a sudden. I don't know whether it's because we're going to be coming into the colder weather before long, where people are starting to buy the patterns for knitting, you know, the warmer clothes and that, cardigans and things for the winter. So I usually print out about 5. I have 18 patterns, and I usually print out about 5. When I print them out, I print about 5 of each pattern that I need. As soon as I come down to the last pattern, and I use the last pattern, I print out another 5. Well, I hadn't been doing that either lately, and I think at least about 10 of my patterns, there was none left in the folders. I have a big folder, and I keep that's where I put all the patterns, a certain number of each pattern. So I've always got one I can just write out straight away if somebody orders it. But I think yesterday I was having to print them out because of the orders. I had the orders as I was working them out, who they were going to. I was having to print some out at the same time. So that's what I've been doing. I've been printing a lot of patterns out, and that takes quite a long time as well. and stopping for a cup of coffee in the morning and my lunch in this afternoon. So I had to sort all that out as well. So that's all done. So now I can sit down and do a bit knitting before I start on my tea. And then when I sit down over night time, I'll be doing, well, this is another one of my own patterns I'm knitting. I'll just show you this is this one here. This is the 16 to the 20 inch rosewood lace cardigan. And this is like the little one I've just done, like this one that Sammy's wearing. A lot of people, this one as well, people have asked me if I have a hat for this pattern. And I never thought to do a hat when, well, this is for a little girl, so it'll probably be just a bonnet I'm going to do. So I'm going to knit one of the cardigans and do a bonnet. So I'll be changing the picture on here, and the picture that's on the back will be disappearing because I'll need that space for the to write the instructions down. I may do the same as the other one, a bonnet, maybe, and a beanie in case anyone just wants a beanie hat. So that's what I thought to myself. There's quite a lot of people have asked me for a little hat, a bonnet for this one as well. And it's quite an easy, it's just like the, as you can see, it's just the rosebud lace pattern. It's an easy pattern to do. So that's what I've started. And this is just some wool that I have, a ball of wool that I had left over from the last 20 inch one on the border lace I was doing. Now I knit a 20 inch and it was just 100 gram balls. This is 300 meters on it. And I got that 20 inch out of that 100 gram ball, which I usually have to break into a second ball, but this one seemed to go a long way. And the 20 inch I did was a normal 20 inch. I did it 7.5 inches up to the armholes and 8 inch sleeves and that, so I didn't make anything shorter. And I still had a little bit left, and I got half of the hat, the little beanie hat. I don't know whether I showed that. I don't think I did because I was still knitting it last night. Not last night, yesterday. That was a little beanie hat. And I had enough to get about, I got about that far up the hat with what was left from the cardigan. And I've just used a little bit more of this ball here but to finish this one off. So there's a beanie hat with that little cardigan, and I haven't sorted these out to take the photographs of them yet for the to put them on eBay. So I thought I'm going to do an 18 inch, or there was plenty for a 20 inch on there, so I'm going to do an 18 inch of the rosebud lace one and do a little hat with it. And then I may do another, maybe it's a 16 inch as well, and do another hat to go with that. And then I'll have something to change the photograph on there, because I never did like that photograph on there because it doesn't show the whole cardigan. This was my very first pattern, and I wasn't as expert at doing the photographs as I manage now. And when I took the photograph of that one, I made it too small, because you have to keep expanding it to get it to fit the hole, so you only have a little bit white here and a little bit white there. I had to work it all out, and that was as much I could get on. And I've never really liked that photo on there, so that's going to be a different photo. It'll be the same pattern, but it'll have a little hat with it. But it's the cardigan itself is the same. And it's a good idea actually for me to knit from my own patterns, because the other one, this one here, when knitting those little cardigans, I never knitted from my own patterns. I just make the patterns. I knit them, write the instructions down in a large book, a large ledger thing I have, and then I make the PDFs and then make the patterns. And I've never got round to actually using one of my own patterns. Well, when I was doing the number 6 one, the border lace one, the actual cardigans, I did find a couple of little faults in them. Not the hats and the cardigans, which when I first started doing these patterns, making the patterns, I never had anyone testing them for me. So if there was any faults, I had to find them myself, which I did on one or two. But on the border one, I did find a little fault on the neckline. When I picked up the stitches for the fronts of the cardigans on the largest size, I had, I think I put on a pin, there was 5 stitches, 5, the border, that was part of the border down the front. There was 5 stitches, and then there was 4 more stitches that I had actually put on a pin. So you're picking up 9 stitches, but I only had 8 written down on the pattern. And then when I was doing the pattern, when I was doing the shaping from here up to the point that you do there, I had to pick up 10 stitches on the size I was doing, and I had an awful job to get those 10 stitches. So I've reduced that down to 9. So it's a good thing, me actually knitting from my own patterns, because, which I'm going to do a lot more of the other ones, as well as trying to work out more patterns as well, of course. So it's a good idea for me to actually knit from my own patterns, and then when I'm actually looking at the pattern and then see anything that might need changing, I'll see it myself. These are the patterns, because I think, I'm not sure, it's only recently I've started getting people to test the patterns for me before they came out. Maybe about my first 10, 12 patterns or something, I never had anyone testing them. So it's a good idea for me to do that, actually. So I've just started this one, but I did a little bit, was it yesterday? I had a little bit more crochet. I'll show you. This is the second, I'll pull the stitch out there I did there. This is the second phone pouch I'm doing. When I get this, all the crochet finished, because I have 1 or 2 things, notion pouches as well, that want linings put on. When I finish this notion pouch, the actual crochet, I'll put all the linings on this one and the other one that I'm doing for, the 2 that I'm doing for one lady, and the other notion pouches are just for the sell. I'm not doing them for anyone in particular, but I do have a bag to do for another lady with the PU leather bottoms on, so I'll have to get started on that one as well. But a little bit crochet, I do a little bit crochet in the mornings. I did a little bit of this for about an hour before I started working on my books this morning. So, but I kind of do crochet at night time, because I can't watch the TV and crochet at the same time, because I have to see what I'm doing. But when I'm knitting, I can just knit away without looking at what I'm doing. I just feel the stitches as I'm going along, and I know what I have to do. But I can't do that with crochet. It's a lot harder. But anyway, I was at my quiz last night, and we came in 4th. I think it was 4th. There was only 12 teams last night. I think a lot of people are on holiday and that. So there's only 12 teams, but we did have some extra help last night. My friend's son, Michael, he came. And my friend's grandson, Cameron, he came as well. So we had a little bit help, because they were rather hard, some of the questions and some of the pictures. If it had just been me and my friend, there were pictures of actresses, sports people and all sorts, and we hadn't a clue who any of them were. I think we only recognised one was Kim Kardashian. She was only one we recognised on it. But when Michael and Cameron came in a little bit later, because Michael was at a meeting. He's a club committee member on some of that club, and he doesn't get there till a little bit after us. So they came in a little bit later, and they had a look at the pictures, and they got a lot of them. So that helped us, because we just didn't know any of them. And there was a picture of a film. Oh, I did get, there was a picture of a body part. And I recognised it straight away when I said, that's a pancreas, that. It was a picture of what's inside your body, you know. And you're amazed at some of the answers that some of them give for that one. And Pauline have actually told us, but he was laughing when he was reading them out. That he says he won't believe some of the answers I got for that one. So we had a good night and had a music round as well, which was they don't normally do, but they were just testing that for another quiz to do on a Friday night, which I wasn't interested because there was 15 songs on that quiz, and there was only one that me and my friend Anne both knew, which was the Monkeys' Daytime Dreamer, or that one of the Monkey songs anyway. That was the only one we recognised. The rest was just beyond us. It just were not our era. But anyway, we had rock and roll bingo after that, and I didn't even know any of the songs on the cards. A good job. He tells us what the songs are when it starts playing. I think there was about 3 songs, and the rest were all these more modern ones, which I haven't got a clue because I never listened to. Neither did my friend. But Michael and Cameron knew a lot of them, so anyway, we were 4th, which was better than last. We were expecting to be last until we seen Michael and Cameron come in. So that's my bit for now. I'm going to do what knitting I can. I'm going to get some tea and then sit down and watch whatever I want to watch on my computer. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.